GEMS stands for the Enabling Initiative for Monitoring and Supervision, and we are a capacity building program from the World Bank. We focus on giving our clients, as well as our colleagues, the necessary capacities for them to leverage simple ICT tools that are cheap and scalable. These tools can help them improve the real time monitoring and evaluation of their projects, to improve the remote supervision, third party monitoring, beneficiary engagement, and other matters as risk management and portfolio mapping. We try to help the clients getting eyes on the ground where they cannot always have boots on the ground. And for this, we try to make accessible for them tools that already exist and that are part of our trainings. In these trainings, we cover and include several tools such as Kobo Toolbox, that is a tool that focuses on data collections that works online and offline, Power BI for dashboard creation, and QGIS for geographic systems. Kobo Toolbox is a huge part of what we do, and here you have a brief demo.
It's really easy to create a data collection form on Kobo Toolbox. After you create your account, you go to the menu on the left. You create a new form by building it from scratch. You enter a project title. So, for example, we're trying to identify sites for a new project. So, we might call this project sites. We choose the sector in which we work, which helps Kobo gather statistics about where the software is being used. And say, for example, we are creating this new project in Brazil. We create our new form. And this is a page where you can start adding questions. So, say, for example, one of the first things we want to do is identify the name of the, say, healthcare facility that we are going to work on. So, we first write the name of healthcare facility. And this would be a text type of question because we would require our enumerators to write the name of that healthcare facility. Then say we also want to identify the location because we want to be able to see this in the map. So we might add a question that requires the person who's providing the data to locate the healthcare facility on the map. We add this question. This would be a point type of question because it would be one point on the map, which is one of several type of georeference questions available on Kobo. And let's say that the third thing we want to know is when this project will start. So we can add a third type of question that asks project start date. This type of question would be a date, where the enumerator would select from a calendar exactly the date when the project is aimed to start. So we save our project, we close the screen, and we have to deploy the form before anyone is able to submit data on this form. We need to allow submissions of this form from anyone, even those who don't have access to Kobo yet. And then we can either open this form or we can copy it to be able to share it via links or messages via email, or you also have the alternative of sharing it via an app. So this is what that form might look like if you're using a web browser. So in this case, if I want to write the name of a healthcare facility, I'd say Hospital General. We would point that to the map, and here I'm just going to put a point somewhere, I hope, in Brazil. And then we would select the start date, the estimated start date for this project. So let's say that's towards the end of this month. And then we would submit that form. Kobo already tells me that the form was successfully submitted. So that means that if I go back to my online platform, in the data tab, I can look at the data that was generated. So here you see we can have the data that was submitted from Hospital General. There's several ways to look at data. So we can look at it in table form. We can see reports where data is presented with some graphics, or we can see that on the map, which in this case, it's just one point in the middle of somewhere in Brazil. What this looks in real life, however, is that when it's widely used throughout the country, we might end up with a map like the one you see on screen. This is, for example, a portfolio mapping exercise in the DRC, where if you click on one of the points, you can see all the information that's related to that data point. And we also want to share with you examples of what this looks in practice in the results it might have. So, what you'll see next is a video from our team in Bangladesh.
WeCap uses an innovative program called Geo Enabling Initiative for Monitoring and Supervision, or GEMS, to track its progress in real time. This means, even remotely, it is possible to see exactly how
the project is doing at the field level.
By adopting GEMS, Bangladesh is leading the way in South Asia for nationwide monitoring and evaluating various projects. The WeCare staff receive special training to ensure seamless integration of GEMS within the WeCare program. This innovative approach is setting a new standard for transparency and accountability. GEMS program helps WeCare on a daily basis in many ways, such as tracking daily work activities by day labourers, conducting assessment studies like gender study, monitoring civil work contracts, verifying worker payments, and creating dashboards to track progress and address delays.
আগে আমরা কাজ করতে গেলে হাতে কলমে কাগজে কলমে করতাম, তারপরে সেগুলো কেয়ারিং করতে অনেক কষ্ট হতো। জেমসের মাধ্যমে আমরা বিভিন্ন রকম কাজ করি, এলসিএস কর্মীদের হাজিরাটা দেখাই, তারপরে কাজের মাঝে কাজের পূর্বে যে ছবিগুলো আছে এটা আমরা জেমসের মাধ্যমে পাঠাতে পারতেছি। এলসিএস জেন্ডার সার্ভে করেছি, ওটা অনেক সহজ ছিল। এই একই কাজ আমরা যখন এর আগে করতাম এই কাজগুলো অনেক কঠিন ছিল। জেমস আসার কারণে আমরা প্রতিনিয়ত যে কাজগুলো করছি সেগুলো অনেক সহজ হয়ে গেছে।
Now, supervisors can use mobile apps to track worker attendance and field level activities. This leads to significant time saving and streamlining processes compared to conventional paper-based systems.
Without GEMS, it was not possible for us to achieve the quality monitoring in general and quality works for WeCare in particular. It ensures the digital attendance of my crew members. Also, at the same time, it helps us in assessing their performance, not only their performance, but also the performance of the supervisor. Already, our Honorable Chief Engineer has decided to replicate that good practice, especially the digital monitoring and the GEMS in other works of LGED.
WeCare and over 14 other projects are using GEMS in Bangladesh.
Thank you for your interest and time. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to reach out. We would be happy to support you.